So we are INS Sky. Strategies, our project is INS Skies. I'm Alex.
I'm EJ.
I'm Andrew.
Jason.
And so our project is to use a UAV to do a survey of the farm for stress dying plants as well as things like water leaks. And the UAV is a quadricopter. It's carrying two cameras, a visual and an infrared camera, which we then combine the images. We process the two images to detect various anomalies. And so the current state of the industry is the way that they currently detect leaks is they would notice something is wrong with the wiring system and it would send people out into the field and just have them manually go through the whole thing. And so that's not very efficient. It takes a lot of time and a lot of manpower. So this would help conserve water, which is especially important in California with our water prices, by finding leaks more quickly and more easily. And we'd be able to point them to a position on a map where they can go look. So here Jason's going to demonstrate the use of the website.
This may take a second. So I'm going to go through.
So one of the things that our survey does is because there's going to be a lot of pictures from the UAV about the farm, because the farms usually take place. What we need to do is we need to be able to thread the analysis of all the pictures. So we create a job manager in the back of the server to execute about 8 analysis per at the same time. If you go too high, then the threading switching is too much for it. If you go too low, then it's just too sequential. So right now we're using an SQL server to, what do you call it? We're using its issue states, anti, what's it called?
The atomicity?
No, the word is escaping me right now. No, the word is really escaping me right now. What do you call when you're trying to do, when the threads are trying to bitbox the same thing at the same time? It's the,
Nine blocks.
no.
This is race conditions.
Race condition, thank you. So we're using SQL as like anti-race condition to help with the threading, so that when one thread goes into the SQL's waiting queue and it realizes that there's pictures waiting, when it checks the object and it pulls out SQL server, the SQL server will guarantee that the object isn't handed off the two threads, and then those threads will start running the analysis and push back to the SQL server. And then here's our demonstration.
Alright, so yeah, right now it's organized in, we have like photo albums that you upload pairs of visual or visible on the optical spectrum, and then thermal photos. And after you upload the pairs, you can run the analysis. And so these are just some test pairs right now, as we do not have the hardware yet, which we'll get to on the next slide in a second. But yeah, so you can just upload pairs, all of the last one right here. And more analysis. And we're getting we are getting the vegetation index, the NDVI photos. So it gives us right here the results of them. Yeah. We'll go through exactly what
I'll talk about this. So what we're doing to process these images is we're using the OpenCV libraries, which are just open libraries for C++, to compare these two near-infrared and visual images, do our back-end processing on them, and get the images you saw before. Another feature we're implementing that we didn't really have time to integrate for today, is blotch detection. So it will find a specific value for the color index. As you saw, it was kind of fading between red and green. And once we have our hardware, we'll be able to do testing to determine what a problem color is, because right now there's no way for us to know what what our problem color is, and it can detect within that range where the largest area is of that color. And if it's not detected, it just returns a no problem detected cue. Do you want to talk about what? You want to talk about our NDVI?
Oh, so there's NDVI stands for normalized normalized verification index. And so the classic version uses a scale that goes from that goes to the rainbow from red through violet, and that's not really user intuitive or user friendly because if you're looking at it, red would mean it's a healthy plant, while violet would mean it's not a plant, and then green would be somewhere around the plant's dying area. So you're looking at your field and everything is red, and you think, oh no. So we changed that to use one that goes from green to blue, or it goes green, yellow, red, magenta, blue. So here's an example between the classic one using our color scale and our calculations, also using our color scale. We use the same color scale for apparentness and to make it easier for you to visually compare. But the classic one uses less information and generates more inaccurate results. The classic implementation just uses either blue or red, plus the green channel and the near-infrared channel, whereas ours uses all three color channels and the near-infrared channel, which produces much more accurate results. As you can see, it's detecting the plants much more easily than this one does. And if you go back to the previous slide, you can see like here's a little tree that's dying here. It's turned yellow. And if you go to images, you can see that here it's not even picking that up as a tree. It's just a blue and purple patch. Whereas here it's picking up as a dead tree, as a red patch. So in the future, we are planning on acquiring and integrating our hardware, which has been ordered and will arrive at the beginning of spring quarter. Any questions? Questions? There we go.
You said you guys would be getting the picture from like the UAV. Is that like something that just happened and you guys get the picture, or you guys how does that problem?
How does it get from the camera on the UAV to
Like,
where?
is it like actually they do that and then store it somewhere and you just get the data from there, or do you? Is it like,
How that will work is it will require a human operator to like actually drive the UAV out because there's no way that the UAV can actually fly out. Plus that would be illegal because you have to have a line of sight. So we'd have someone drive it out there, fly it, and then upload it. And the actual images when it's flying around, they're just stored in the SD cards on the camera. And we have like design little circuit that will be able to trigger the cameras to shoot at regular intervals. Any questions? Okay, I have a question. Okay.
How do you, so you said that your NDVI was more accurate or more better in some way. How do you plan to sort of validate that or measure that? Thought about that at all? Like What does it, first of all, what does it mean to be better?
What it means to be better means that one, it has fewer false positives, as in it will detect non-plants as plants less frequently, and it will have less false negatives, which means it will detect plants as plants more frequently. Actually have an image on here.
It seems like there's a third notion of better also. I agree with those, I agree with those as well.
So in this image, what I did was I isolated the difference between these two. And so it shows where ours is more green, where it is more red, and where it is more blue. So as you can see, all the plants show up as more green in our image than in the original, in the classic NDVI original. Whereas things like the walls of the building or the ground show up as more red or more blue. Meaning that they are further away from being detected as plants.
Okay, but there's also a higher level thing, which is you're gonna put this in front of who?
We're gonna put the, okay, yeah.
A farmer?
Is this gonna be seen in the farmer again?
Well, actually, how it works is often they will have, so there'll be the farmers and then there'll be analysts who actually will be looking at the stuff and then talking to their bosses who are the farmers who own all the plots of land. And so it's actually these people who are more technically knowledgeable who will be seeing a lot of the more specific stuff. But we also do have an interface for like, or we will have an interface for farmers if they want to see something themselves, where they would be able to get an embedded Google map to have it show the location of where to look and what the problem description is. And if they wanted to, they could like look, like if they had, if they were more technically avid, they could go and look at the raw data. But it would be required for them in order to know where the problem is and what the problem is.
Have you thought about trying to overlay the, a reduced version of this that basically says, here's your problem, and put that on a map for them to look at? That's the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's sort of basically how it would work.
Yeah, the main thing for this project was to get image processing enabled by like a site like this. We'll be able to have maps integrated better and be able to do a sort of GPS location a bit more when we really have the hardware, so we can figure out how we can be pulling this GPS coordinates to begin with.
The major issue would be parsing the telemetry gain and how